guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own baby food. I posted recently some pictures on Instagram and like videos, and people were like messaging me left and right, and they were like, oh, can you show me how to make it? Like, how do you make it? So I figured I would do this requested video. So what you're going to need is going to be a blender. It does not matter if you have a blender or a food processor. You could do either. I'm using the Ninja. This is what I used to make my smoothies. I've had this for quite a few years, right? I've had this for about 2 years. I really like this one. I personally did not like the bullet. Okay, so what you're hearing beeping is the Instapot. I'm going to show you what it looks like. But anyway, so okay, I'm so sorry about the interruptions. But anyway, it's life. It goes on. I want to apologize in advance for the stain on my towel, but it's mom life and I really don't care. So what I was saying was the NutriBullet, I did not like the Baby Bullet either, because the Baby Bullet is really small. So if you do have one of those regular ones at home, you can use it. If you have the Baby Bullet, you can use it. I prefer something bigger like this because I make it in batches. So I do work. I'm not a stay-home mom, so when I do this stuff, I usually have to do it in bulk. So this is what I've made this far. I've made a whole bunch of different ones. I made squash, I made carrots, I made green beans, sweet potatoes. So this right here is my veggie pile, and this right here is my fruits. So the only fruits I made was pears, and apples. And today I'm going to show you how to make apples, but you don't necessarily have to make just these. However, these are, if your child is under 4 months or 4 months, going to be 4 months, these are the first stage foods. So if you go on Pinterest or online and you look up first stage foods, that's the first vegetables and fruits they're going to be consuming. They at first should not be eating all fruits and all vegetables. So those are the first stage fruits, just so everybody knows. Yeah, it is actually very time consuming, so I'm going to let you know that right away. That's why when I make it in batches. This stuff lasts up to 3 months in the freezer. Beckham is looking right at me like, who are you talking to, lady? And these pouches are 4-ounce packages. So when they are as small as my son is 3 months, so he's not eating this stuff yet. Usually they say you should be cleared by a pediatrician to eat the stuff, so just a heads up. And I am going to wait till his pediatrician clears him to eat it. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. This is probably stuff you already know. This is 4-ounce packets. So he's probably not going to be eating, hopefully, 4 ounces at once. Probably going to split the packages into like 2 or 3 in the beginning so that he gets used to them. Also, they say that you should not give him different fruits and vegetables in the beginning. You should be doing like green beans for 3 days, squash for 3 days, because you want to make sure they're not allergic to anything, which is why within my baby food, in this first stash I've made, you'll realize that I don't have anything mixed together, because this way I want to know if there is an allergy, I know where it's coming from. That's the first thing. The second thing is, like I said, this lasts 3 months. So when I make it in big batches like this, I freeze it. It doesn't go bad because of these pouches. I personally really like the pouches. You can use other things, but I just feel like because it's in my freezer along with all the other food that we consume, I really wanted like the best option, and I felt like these pouches were the best option. So going along with the pouches here, this is what they look like before they get filled. This is the machine that will fill them. I'll show you how to do that. And these are the pouches. They come in sets of 100 or 50. This box is a box of 50. The next box I will buy will be a box of 100. We got these for our baby shower, so thank you, Natalia and David, because this is going to be the thing that I'm probably going to use the most. And I did go ahead and get the Instapot. The Instapot, it comes with this list on how long you should pressure cook things for. So this is the list. It tells you how many minutes, all of that great stuff. I'm personally going to start introducing Beckham to the nastier things first, what they would call like, you know, nasty, but whatever. It's the green beans and peas. Usually babies don't care for those. So you should introduce those first to your baby, mostly because they don't get used to the awesome taste of sweet potatoes and everything that is sweet, and they'll probably like that stuff much, like squash, much better than green beans. I was never a green bean baby. I'm hoping my baby will be a green bean baby. I had something else I wanted to share with you guys, kind of all over the place right now, but the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is the reason that ever since I found out I was pregnant, I wanted to make my own baby food. And the reason I wanted to make my own baby food is because you know what they're getting. You know the nutrients that they're getting and everything like that. And for me, there's just no added preservatives, no added sugars. I know what he's gonna be eating. I am not mom shaming anybody. I filmed this video 3 times, guys, so I'm just repeating everything I said before. I am not mom shaming anybody. If you do feed your child store-bought food, I have nothing against that. You know, that everyone has the right to have their own choice, and babies survive. They do fine with store-bought food. I personally, just my preference. So, and then during the 4-month stage, they start eating cereal. So this is the cereal we've bought, which is the Earth's Best Organic Whole Grains Oatmeal Cereal. Beckham is 3 months old. I gave him 2 spoons the other night, very watered down, to see how he would do. He seemed to like it. He kind of spit it out. He's still little, so it's, you know, he's still not used to eating this stuff. He kind of like pushed his tongue out and like most of it came out. But he did like it, and my biggest thing was to see if he had a reaction, which he did not, along with this one. This is the store-bought, the Portuguese brand. It's called Cerelac, and he, this I know he likes because I've put it in his bottle before. They say 6 months, that's your preference. But we've been giving this to him, and he actually really likes it. I only put 1 scoop in there, in his milk, so it works for us. I'm gonna grab the Instapot to show you what it looks like. The other thing you're gonna need was a bowl, which I already cut my apples and they've been steaming. And I did show you guys, I have a video of me showing you guys which apples I used. They are the, let's see, the Opal apples. They are the yellow, really sweet apple. They're pretty sweet apples. So I want to introduce him those before I introduce him the other ones, and I can mix them both together. That bag of apples was $2.53. It's probably going to make me about 6 bags. Fruits don't usually make that much baby food. So, yeah. And then the other thing you're going to need is something like this, or whatever you've got at home that kind of has like a beak to it. The reason I use this is because once I put the pouch in this is the easiest thing to pour it on. So that's why I do that. So I will be right back. I'm going to go grab the Instapot. So this is the Instapot. I recently bought this because I am going to be making all his baby food at home. You don't have to buy something like this. You can actually even boil it. I think just pressure cooking it is easier, and I feel like it keeps in the nutrients better because you don't have to use as much water. And I will explain the whole water thing, but as of right now, this was all done. I let it sit. I let it vent out the air, the pressure from the pressure cooker. It's going to be still hot. You'll see that the apples have been cooked, and now I just have to puree them. So when you put any fruit or vegetable in here, the only thing that you need to do is you need to watch the amount and limit do as less water as you possibly can, because the more water you put in to boil the stuff or to steam the stuff or whatever, the less it strips the nutrients out. My son's behind me. So he's fine. He just wants somebody to talk to. So yeah, you strip the nutrients out of the fruits and the vegetables if you add too much water to steaming them. So right now, I am going to put this in here. So I did about 4 to 5, I did 5 apples. So you could either put about half a cup of water in here. Half a cup to a cup of water. I wouldn't do any more than a cup of water. So, as you see, it's already looking fine. A lot of people, what they do is instead of pureeing it, they actually just take a fork and they just mash it. But because he's so little still, I like to puree it to really get like any great, like, you know what I mean? Like make it super smooth so that he doesn't have a hard time eating it. So. I am going to show you guys. I think this is still a little hot, but it's okay. I'm just gonna pour everything onto here. So 5 apples fills this thing up to the top, which I'm gonna have to pour a little bit out because if not, it's gonna get everywhere. So I'm gonna puree this and I will be right back to show you. Okay, so this is the final product. Some of these items, like the apples and the pears, sometimes if you steam them for a longer time, you don't even need to add water because they themselves will water down in the pressure. Like the oldest is the date you want to use first. This way, you know, you're constantly going through your stash as you make it. So what you do is you insert the baggies in here. You hear that little clip. You put it in this hole like this and you just push it here through the front to the bottom like that. And same thing for these. So it does 3 pouches at a time. When I'm making more than one variety of food, what I do is I use one side of the station per item that I'm making. If that makes any sense. So what you're gonna do with these is you're gonna screw them on to the top of the bag, just like so. And I've poured the cool down puree on here and I'm just going to put it on up to that line, and that will be the 4-ounce line. Okay. This can get really messy, so just beware. There we go. The good thing about this station is that it's super easy to clean. And the reason the puree is going down is because it's so thin that it can go right into the pouch. As you see down below, the pouches are starting to fill up by themselves. And there's this. This is going to actually push all of it into the pouch. So you want to make sure that the pouch opens up at the bottom. If the pouch does not open up at the bottom, like so, and it continues to stay shut like this, once you remove the pump, everything's going to come back up. I've learned that the hard way. So the way to get this off is you unscrew it and you take the pressure off. You don't take the pressure off while it's on here. Going to be a lot thicker, so you are going to have to really push everything through. But with the applesauce, oh, I almost flipped the applesauce over. With the applesauce, my dog likes applesauce. You're really going to have, it's really going to go down by itself. So all you do is put the lid on and your kids have applesauce. So I will finish doing this and I'm gonna let you guys go. I do want to show you one last thing, which is the attachment to the pouch. So what you do is there's these attachments. I'm gonna link the pouches, everything that I use down below. You could get the stuff on Amazon, and there are little spoons that you will attach on here, and you could squeeze out the applesauce when you're on the go. I don't recommend doing it all the time. You want your baby to learn how to eat from a bowl and a spoon, but if you're on the go, this is what we're gonna use. It's just very easy and convenient. So I will link these down below for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And if you have any other questions, leave them down below and I will answer them for you. And meanwhile, we'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.